Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and to this week's video. Today we'll talk a little bit about the induplum rule. Now firstly, what does induplum mean? Induplum basically is a Latin term that means double the amount. And so the induplum rule is a rule that's been part of South African law for a very long time that basically says that outstanding interest on a claim can never run up to more than what the capital amount of that claim was to begin with. Now let's use a practical example to illustrate that. Let's say we've got a situation of a loan agreement for R1 million, and let's say part of the repayment terms of that loan is 10% interest every month, meaning 100,000 Rand in interest every month. Now, what the induplum rule basically means is that the outstanding interest on a claim like that, if there's now a default with payment, the outstanding interest can never run up to more than R1 million. And that's basically what the induplum rule is, guys. And I can probably stop the video right here because that's the key message of this video. It can never be a situation where outstanding interest on a claim exceeds the capital, the original capital value of that claim. But let's look at two other things that might be of interest and that certainly are important when it comes to the operation of the induplum rule. Firstly, credit agreements. Now, since 2005, as many of you may know, we've had the National Credit Act here in South Africa, and basically that act regulates credit agreements and serves to protect the consumer when it comes to various matters relating to credit agreements. Now, what we'll do is we'll put a link in the description below you on YouTube to a copy of the National Credit Act. Now, for purposes of this video, what the National Credit Act also does is it contains basically its own version of the common law induplum rule. And its version of the induplum rule basically not only limits interest not accruing to more than the capital amount of the claim, but also other charges. So what the Act says is initiation fees, service fees, interest, as we said, the cost of any credit insurance, default administration charges, and collection costs. The Act says all of those things. It can never be a situation where the sum of all of those things exceeds the total value of the original claim in terms of the credit agreement. And the second thing we can look at is when it comes to the induplum rule in litigation proceedings. Now, the first point to make here is that in 1997, the Supreme Court of Appeal, basically there was a judgment that says when it comes to interest pending litigation proceedings, the induplum rule is suspended. So the key date to look at is when process is served on the debtor. So basically, when process is served on the debtor, legal process is served on the debtor, now the induplum rule no longer operates, and that means that interest can run unlimited, even exceeding the capital amount of the claim, until of course when there's a judgment. Now, in 2015, there was a constitutional court decision that overturned all of that, that said, no, that's not how it's supposed to work. Even if litigation proceedings have been commenced, the induplum rule still applies so that interest will never exceed the total amount of the capital claim to begin with. Now, we'll put a link also in the description below to a copy of this judgment. And there's a second thing that the judgment deals with that's also important, and that's when it comes to interest on judgment debts. Now, obviously, guys, when there's a judgment debt and the judgment debt is not paid on due date, and for judgment debt, for judgment debts, the due date for payment is usually the date when the judgment is delivered. Now, if there's no payment of the judgment debt, interest, of course, runs in respect of the judgment debt up until such time that the judgment debt is paid, or up until such time when, by virtue of the operation of the induplum rule, the maximum interest allowable has been reached. So let's take our R1 million loan claim example of earlier. Let's say that claim became the subject of litigation. We now know that the maximum interest on that claim can run up to 1 million. Now the litigation ensues, and let's say now there's a judgment in favor of the plaintiff. Now, obviously, that judgment in those circumstances will look something like the defendant has to pay the plaintiff the capital loan amount of 1 million, assuming that's the amount that's outstanding, plus interest on the loan, which up until that time would have been capped to the R1 million. So it's a total judgment debt, therefore, of 2 million rand. And so now, if that is not paid on due date, on the date of the judgment, interest on that 2 million rand will now start running up until such time that the debt is paid, or up until such time as, by virtue of the operation of the in duplum rule, the maximum interest level has been reached, which in this case is, of course, 2 million. And that's important to keep in mind. And this judgment also deals with that. Now, guys, I hope that has given you some understanding of the in duplum rule and how it operates in practice. I hope you found value in the video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can subscribe to this channel. You're on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back here next week. And until then, take care. Cheers for now.